One evening, after a hard day at work, the young and talented conductor Adrian receives an unpleasant video message from his girlfriend Belen. In the video, his beloved breaks up with him and asks him not to despise her for it. Devastated by the sad news, the man goes to drown his sorrows in alcohol and can't hold back his tears, which the female bartenders notice. A waitress named Fabiana felt sympathy for the gloomy customer, so when the drunken Adrian got into a fight in the parking lot, she helped him up and offered to let him spend the night at her place. The next morning, sober and disoriented, Adrian learns from Fabiana about his nighttime adventures, after which he hurriedly leaves, leaving the girl with mixed feelings. However, later at work, Adrian was so tormented by thoughts of how badly he had behaved with Fabiana that he abandoned his conductor's post right in the middle of the orchestra's rehearsal and left. In the evening, in high spirits, Adrian returns to the bar to apologize to the girl and thank her for the help she gave him. Fabiana clearly liked the young man, so she immediately agreed to spend time with him after her shift. On their first date, Adrian took the girl to an empty concert hall, where he told her a bit about his work and assured her that he was completely open and available for a relationship. After some time, Fabiana moved in with Adrian at his large rented country house. Waking up before her beloved, the girl curiously explores her new home and stops at a table with various tools and sketches. Adrian is noticeably nervous, but doesn't comment on the drawings and invites Fabiana to have breakfast outdoors. During the day, police officers Francisco and Bernardo unexpectedly show up at the maestro's house to conduct a search, and the latter recognizes Fabiana as his ex-girlfriend. The police inform her that her lover's former flame is listed as missing, and Adrian himself is the main suspect in the case. The police believe that he killed Belen and buried her body in the garden. But the authorities have no evidence linking the conductor to the girl's disappearance. That same night, Fabiana decides to unwind before bed and take a hot bath. Settling in comfortably, the girl anxiously notices small ripples starting to form on the water, even though she remains still, and a strange sound comes from the drain. Frightened, she jumps out of the bath and runs into the hallway, where she is met by Adrian. Because of a lightning strike, the power goes out in the house, and Adrian reassures her, saying that this always happens during storms here. The next evening, Bernardo visits Fabiana at the bar because he's worried about her. He thinks that his former lover rushed into dating the conductor right after his girlfriend disappeared. But Fabiana thinks he's just jealous. Shortly after one of the concerts, Adrian introduces Fabiana to Tito, the conductor of the orchestra. She is surprised to learn that Adrian is planning to leave the city soon, something he has never mentioned to her before. Later, after returning home, Fabiana takes a shower, and once again strange things start happening to her. Twice, the water got so hot it burned her skin. She went to the mirror to check the burn. And then, once again, a strange noise came from the sink. To make things worse, the dog named Hans scared her badly. That same evening, Fabiana finds an unusual key and puts it on a chain around her neck as a piece of jewelry. Suddenly, lightning flashes and the power goes out in the house. Fabiana gets creeped out by the feeling that someone is there. But despite her fear, she sets out to explore the place. A sudden clap of thunder catches her off guard, making her fall and hit her head hard. A little while later, Adrian came back and started taking care of the injured girl with great care. After hesitating for a moment, Fabiana admitted that she didn't want to stay in the house anymore because she thought it was haunted. To prove her point, the heroine takes Adrian to the bathroom so he can hear the creepy sound coming from the sink himself. But the young man doesn't take her words seriously and jokingly threatens the imaginary ghost. The next morning, Adrian gets a call from the district attorney's office. The police have found the body of a girl who matches Belen's description, and now they need someone to identify her. Maestro immediately heads to the given address and reluctantly examines the burned corpse. But it wasn't her. When he returns home, the protagonist finds Fabiana engaged in something strange. The girl was standing in the bathroom, talking to what she believed was a ghost, for some reason asking it for forgiveness. Adrian confidently tells her that Belen is no longer a part of his life, which makes Fabiana happy, and she kisses her beloved. The story then shifts to the past, when Adrian and Belen were a happy couple, enjoying each other's company. One day, he was invited to work for a year at the Philharmonic in another city, and the conductor asked his beloved to go with him. The girl readily agreed. Soon, they managed to rent a cozy and beautiful little house outside the city from an elderly lady named Emma. While Adrian was at work, Belen got to know the old lady better and found out that Emma, just like her, had moved to Colombia for love. Years later, after losing her husband, the woman decided to return to Berlin, so she asked Belen to look after her dog Hans, since she couldn't take him with her. The happy couple moves into the house and spends a lot of time together. When Adrian is at work, Belen works on designing shoe sketches, and on special evenings, she attends concerts where her beloved performs. One day, after one of these events, Belen notices Adrian with the violinist Veronica and feels a slight sense of unease. After some more time passes, the girl arrives at Adrian's work early and this time catches him with Veronica sipping whiskey. Her hurt feelings get the better of her, and on the way home, Belen gives Adrian a jealous scene. That evening in bed, the maestro asks her for forgiveness, but it doesn't calm Belen down. In the morning, while her beloved was taking a shower, the worried girl checked his phone. Seeing the messages with Veronica, Belen finally made Adrian admit that they were flirting with each other. When his girlfriend asked him to fire her rival, the maestro refused and left for work, while the upset Belen told Emma everything. The girl admits that she started to wonder if Adrian really loves her. And then the elderly woman suggested she put him to the test. Emma took Belen to the bedroom and showed her a keyhole hidden in the closet. Then, using a special key, the woman opened a massive door concealed behind a large mirror, leading to a secret room. It turned out that her husband had built this bunker, because after the end of World War II, he was afraid that someone might come for him one day. The bunker was completely impenetrable, soundproof, and equipped with every convenience. Reinforced glass and speakers made it possible to see and hear everything happening outside, while an electric generator provided lighting. After sharing her secret, Emma left, and Belen enthusiastically set about making her plan a reality. First, she recorded that very video for Adrian, and then she gathered all her things and moved them into the bunker. When all that was left was to write the note, she heard the sound of his car. In a hurry, Belen grabbed her purse and locked herself in the bunker, not noticing that she had dropped the key. Soon, Adrian appeared in the bedroom with a bouquet of roses and watched the video she had left, looking puzzled. Then, worried, he checked the closet and tried to call his beloved. Belen watched all his actions with a smile on her face until Adrian, in anger, threw the bouquet at the mirror. Stunned, Belen started looking for the key to get out, and when she couldn't find it, she realized she was trapped. She tried in vain to shout to him, call him, and break the glass. Nothing worked. A few hours later, Adrian returned to the bedroom and started crying, not realizing that his beloved was just a meter away, desperately begging him for help. The next day, Adrian goes to the police with Tito, where he shows them Belen's farewell video and asks them to find her. Prompted by his supervisor, Adrian had to admit that lately he and Belen hadn't been getting along because of jealousy. After hearing them out, the police suggest waiting and promise to contact the immigration office. Meanwhile, Belen rummages through an old wardrobe and, next to a German military uniform, finds Emma's husband's old diary, and inside it, a photograph of an SS officer. The girl doesn't give up and tries to dig at the hole in the wall with a can opener. She also used it to open some long-expired canned food, which she had to eat for the next several days, washing it down with murky tap water. After some time, tired of suffering from the separation, Adrian wished Belen all the best out loud, then went to wash up. Hearing him, Belen got really angry and started banging on the pipe. Suddenly, she noticed that her actions caused vibrations in the water in Adrian's sink. There it was, the key to her rescue. The girl started banging on the pipes even harder, but the maestro didn't even glance at the water and left the bathroom. In his absence, Belen kept picking at the concrete wall, and just her luck, the generator stopped working, plunging her into total darkness. Later, Adrian brings Fabiana into the bedroom and makes love to her, while Belen, in tears, watches it all happen. In the morning, the disappointed girl watches Fabiana in the bathroom and, noticing that she's listening to the sink, she shouts for help as loudly as she can. Unable to make herself heard, after a while Belen starts picking at the wall again and runs into a metal obstacle. In desperation, pounding on it, the heroine sees that Fabiana, who is taking a bath at that moment, gets frightened by the vibrations appearing on the water. A little later, Belen, smiling, mocks her rival by turning on the hot water for her, and that same evening she sees Fabiana find the coveted key. The next day, Fabiana was walking by the river and threw a fruit core into the water. Noticing the distinctive waves, the worried girl drew a parallel with the vibrations in the bathtub and hurried back to the house. There, she filled the sink with water and, facing the mirror, began to ask various questions. Belen, in turn, banged on the pipes, creating vibrations whenever she needed to. In this way, Fabiana discovered that Belen was alive and trapped. Following her clues, the girl found a hidden keyhole, but at the last moment changed her mind about freeing her rival and instead rearranged the bedroom. Meanwhile, Bernardo met with Adrian to inform him that he had been assigned as the investigator on Belen's case, and he warned the maestro to treat Fabiana with care. A day later, after sending Adrian off to work, Fabiana once again fills the sink with water to check on Belen, but this time the girl doesn't respond. Later, Bernardo comes to see her and hands her a mysterious envelope, hinting that Adrian can't be trusted. Inside were black and white photos clearly showing her beloved recently on a date with another girl. That girl turned out to be Veronica. However, after spending time with her, Adrian told her during rehearsal that he didn't want a relationship with her. Upset by the photos, Fabiana decides to release Boleyn, but when she enters the bunker, Boleyn unexpectedly knocks her out with a blow to the head, then takes the key, leaves the cursed room, and locks Fabiana inside. After escaping, the exhausted girl wanders through the empty house. From a message on the answering machine, she learns that Emma has passed away in Berlin, and her family is asking the tenants to vacate the house by the upcoming weekend. The heroine leaves the bunker key on the bed for Adrian, their photo together on the mirror, and then, without waiting for his return, leaves the house. In the final scene, we see Fabiana waking up to find herself on the other side of the mirror. And here, even more stories are waiting for you. Subscribe, because it's always interesting with us. See you all very soon, everyone.